Hello everybody, what the heck are you guys talking about? What are you guys talking about in my chat? Hello? Hello! Hey guys, how are you? Welcome in everybody, hello! Whoa! Thank you for the tier 1 sub, Chris Kurgan. Hello! I love the background, yeah! Pink. Very pink. What are you guys talking about? I was looking at chat while I was like setting up, and I just saw all this like craziness happening in chat. I'm like, what's going on? I was about to hit it off. You can hit it off. Don't mind me. I'll be the third wheel. I'm the third wheel in the background apparently. I'm the third wheel in my own chat. I'll just stand here. You can continue. I'll go.
Hello there.
Yeah, I do. Anyway. Hey guys. Welcome back. How are you? What's up? You know what? You know what happened? You know what? For some reason, I woke up late this morning. And I was late to work, but that's fine. I thought it was like 8. No, I thought it was 7. I thought it was like I thought it was 7:30. Turns out it was 8:30, and I was like, oh, it wasn't until I was like there. Like it wasn't until I was like halfway through the thing. I was like, wait a minute. Is it daylight savings time? Why am I a whole hour ahead? And then it turns out I was a whole hour ahead. I was like, wow, I slept in. It's like, why is the sun so high? Why is it so bright outside? Wait a minute. And then I was like, and then I looked at the time and I was like, wait a minute. It's past 8. I'm really late. I was like, oh shoot. Good evening, morning. Hello, unknown. Good morning. But yeah, I was late to work this morning. But I did get a really interesting dream out of that. I woke up and I was like, wait, that was a cool dream. I had like a shonen protagonist dream. It was wild. What was my job? I work as an accountant now. I have a desk job. I count money. Before, it was stamping paper, and now I count money. I organize the coffers. Yeah. Money, 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 money. That's my job. You're an accountant, I'm also an accountant. Yeah, a really sad accountant. I don't do payable stuff. I just count. Bank robber, counting bills, hell yeah. That's what I do. But I had a really interesting dream. Sponge me out, help me count your money. I love this sound that Mr. Krabs makes when he walks. It's like the little dee 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 dee. Kind of really funny. Hello, Rain Rosewood. Thank you for the follow. My dream basically was like, imagine getting isekai'd to okay, this is how the dream went. It was wild, it was weird. Imagine getting isekai'd to another world to fight the demon lord, like in the typical like RPG-esque like type stuff. But halfway through, like, as you're fighting the final boss, as you're defeating the Demon King, you're like, he tells you, he's like, haha, you finally made it this far, right? And you find out that you weren't actually isekai, you were actually from that world all along, but you are on a different planet. Like, suddenly it turns like intergalactic, and then you're like, wait a minute. I'm from 10,000 years ago, because what happened was that, like, 10,000 years ago, you were cyrogenetically frozen, and then they sent you on a spaceship to another planet, and for some reason, it looks like a fantasy isekai world. I'm lost. I don't know. I was lost too. My dream was weird. And then he tells you, he's like, oh, I have to be the Demon Lord because I'm like, in order for you to like, this world is ending. So I have to send you back to like where you originally came from. And in order to do that, like, we have to like destroy this world, you know? And so you lose. And then they send you back. And then you wake up back in like your original modern era, like 21st century house, and you're like, wait a minute. Everything was all a dream. Isn't that weird? Isn't that a weird dream? I was like, what? I was like, that's crazy. I don't know what's happening. Didn't you say you don't want to be isekai'd? I don't want to be... I wouldn't want to be isekai to high school. I would rather get stuck in a fantasy world being a tavern innkeeper than to be going back in time to be a high schooler all over again. That would suck. I would hate that. I would be like, oh, I don't want that. Hello, feet. Why did my caption say I love feet? I said hello. I only know about that. Okay, my problem with school isn't the fact about school. It is tests. If I have to go and do school all over again and have to sit through assignments, and they were like, haha, we're gonna give you a 3-page essay for English class that's due in 2 weeks. There you go. And I have to write essays all over again for school, and then I have to go to university all over again and have to redo all that. I don't want to do that. Like, it's not about the school content, it's about the work. It's like homework, math homework, calculus. They're like, oh, you gotta do homework. I'm like, oh no, I don't want to do that. Thank you, Secreter, for the gifted sub. If you received a gifted sub, please enjoy the emotes on the sub badges. Like, you know when they check for homework and you're like, you know the content is just really boring to sit there and just do it, and you're like, I don't want to do that. Hello, who pooped my pants? 33. Thank you for the follow. I like Kesnet. Yeah, so that's the reason, that's the only reason why I wouldn't want to be back in high school again. Sure, you get summers off, you get so much free time, but like, oh my god, I would not want to do high school over again. The worst part about going back for my master's was having to redevelop good study skills. Thankfully, you finished a month or so ago, we'll never go back to school again. That's my worst fear. Every single time I'm like, yippee, I'm done with school. When I graduated high school, yippee, I'm done with school. You know? Stuff like that. And then it's like, oh man, I gotta go back to school. Now I gotta go to university. And then when you finish university, you're like, oh man, now I gotta get a master's. And then you finish your master's and like, and now I gotta get a PhD. I gotta get a doctorate. Also, congratulations on graduating, yeah. Major achievement for masters. Oh my god. You have to write a thesis and you gotta do so much stuff. Oh. Hello, hi Cognizant. Congratulations on the 20 watch stream streak. Woohoo! No worries. My job fully covers it. I don't know if I want to put in the work. It's a lot of work. It's actually not that bad compared to a undergrad, like compared to a bachelor's, because the course load is a lot less. For some reason, when you're doing your bachelor's, I guess, what's it called? Is it a bachelor's? I don't know. When you're doing your undergrad. When you're doing your undergrad, they give you like a full course load is considered 5 courses. I remember having to take like, I had a lot of electives. I don't know why. They were like, oh yeah, you gotta... I remember having a lot of work. I work full-time while doing part-time, so I basically lost my social life for 3 years. Don't go to medical school. If you're a doctor, I'm so sorry. Your life as a medical school student is over. Hello, hello, your boy Slothy. Thank you for the follow. There's no risk of me going to medical school? Yeah, if you've ever met a doctor, or if you've ever met anybody in medical school, you would know, like, there is no social life for them. They are just constantly on that grind. They're just constantly working. Would you do it for a Scooby Stack? No. Bad advice, you should go to medical school? No. If you want to have no life and you have no social life, go to medical school, I guess. There's a reason why you'll never see somebody who's in medical school who's a VTuber. You'll never see a VTuber who's in medical school. I already have no social life? Well, you're already halfway there. And wanting to go into the medical field, am I cooked? Say goodbye to your free time. I had a high school doctor friend who did a dual degree in 3 years, now neurosurgeon, smartest dude I've ever met. I have a friend that I met abroad and she is crazy. She told me that she wanted to be an open heart surgeon or a neurosurgeon. And I was like, why? Like, why those specific areas? And she was like, she literally told me to my face, she was like, they make the most money. She's like, they look really challenging and they make a lot of money, so... I was like, wow. Did you major in accounting? No, I fell into this position accidentally. I did not want to be here. I started off doing front desk receptionist work, and then it went to mail sorting, aka I was a secretary, and then just so happened that there was a position open in the same department, and they were like, yeah, you should apply. And I said, okay. And then I ended up here, so not the place I wanted to be, but I'm at work right now with a medical student who worked full-time job while doing full-time study. Wow, crazy. It's a lot of work. So people who manage to get through that, props to you. I could never, but wow, it is a lot of work. I'm wanting to go into nursing for women's health or pediatrics so I can work with patients closer. As someone who grew up black in medical issues, there's a super lack of empathy in the world, so I'd like to change that. Yeah, I think it's nice. People who are nurses, you know, people who are doctors, they are very, very cool people. Very next level. I think a lot of people who go into the field end up like... I think it's the same issue that happens with a lot of psychologists and therapists. I'm not saying this to put like the field down, but a lot of people go into it for really good reasons but end up like burnt out after a while. And I think it's kind of sad because that's like just the fact of the industry for some reason. Like, I saw this discussion on Twitter that for some reason pilots aren't allowed to fly for more than 12 hours straight, but for some reason doctors are put on shift for like more than 12 hours a day, like without a break, like constantly just working. both nurses and doctors in hospitals, and everyone's like, if you're gonna trust your doctor with your life, why the heck do pilots have that limit, but like not doctors? What is this? Probably doctor shortage. I don't think, is it a medical issue? Pilots are unionized? I think doctors are unionized too, aren't they? There's like a doctor's thing. I read it's to prevent mistakes when changing shifts, but that sounds weird. Medical charts exist, isn't that? Like, don't medical charts exist? I don't know why they would be a mistake. Same thing, like, doctors constantly getting called in when they're off duty, like at all times. They're like, oh yeah, we're gonna page you to come back into work because we need you. And you're like, oh, imagine like you're at home and it's like 3 a.m. in the morning and you're like in bed and you're like, oh, I'm gonna go to bed. And they're like, oh, we need you back here. And you're like, no. Maybe it's because it's possible for pilots to fall asleep on the job after too long, or doctors are always busy. I mean, if you're gonna do a surgery and your surgery is for 6 hours, would you trust a doctor if your doctor was up for like, if your doctor was awake for 24 hours? I don't know, I wouldn't. For somebody whose job is to save lives, I don't know if you would trust that. Why would you trust your doctor if they've been awake for 12 hours and they haven't gone to bed? The best Counter-Strike plays happen when sleep deprived. A sleepy doctor can't cause a mass causality effect like a sleepy pilot. Yeah, but the thing is, pilots take turns. There's not just one pilot, you have two. You have a co-pilot. When one of them takes a nap, they have beds up there. When there is a 12-hour flight, they're not just sitting there 24 hours. They're not sitting on that plane. When you have a flight that's like 13 hours long, when you're going from like, I don't know, the East Coast to like, I don't know, Taipei or whatever, you know, all the way on the other side of the world. You know, like, they have a bed. They're taking shifts. They're sleeping. Doctors don't get that. They really don't. They just kind of, they have a little side area. They crash on the couch for like 30 minutes and they're like, all right, back to work. There is no such thing as breaks in the emergency room. Hospitals have space where the staff can take a nap if needed. Yeah, but not very long. They're not taking like a nap for a while. Trying to be that Asian dude who was a doctor, astronaut, and a Navy SEAL. Wasn't he a couple other things too? I forgot. That one guy, oh my god, the one band person who was like, I am a singer, a rock band singer, and I'm an astrophysicist. I was like, dang, way to flex on everybody. I don't want to be with an underachiever who is not a doctor, astronaut, and Navy SEAL. Oh my god. Can you imagine being an astrophysicist and you're like, haha, it is rocket science. It's the awake doctors that scare me at the because they're okay. Here's the thing is, when you're a doctor and you make a mistake, there is a board that can revoke your medical license if you make too many mistakes. You can lose your job as a doctor if you kill too many people. If you make major mistakes, they will take out your medical license. Also, whoa, my mic just peaked. Control Z, that'd be nice. And also, like, you have to deal with, like, in the medical professional field, you have to deal with a lot of people who will just complain. Like, imagine getting a service, like, when you buy goods, right? Imagine when you buy goods, and then you complain, you're like, oh, so-and-so didn't, like, treat me kindly or whatever. People complain, especially in the medical field. If they don't like your attitude, like, they can complain, and then you know what happens with that? They can sue you. And that's not good. Yeah, people have attitude towards doctors for some reason. I would know. I have a relative who is a medical professional, and the stuff that they tell me constantly is just like, you know, they sit there for hours and they just yap constantly and they're like, oh, I have problems. And then the doctor's just trying to be like, hey, I need to see the next patient. I've heard this complaint 10,000 times. Like, yes, that's the part of aging. Yes, that's like the problems that you're experiencing, you know, like that's just a part of life. They're like, oh, it's like, it's funny because the number one issue that they have is like when people come in and they're like, oh, I wake up and my back aches and then I can't see as well as I used to. I think I need glasses. And then they're like, no, it's not that fact. It's because you're aging. Like, that's the normal part of aging. And it's kind of sad because there's a lot of people out there who don't study biology and they don't really know how stuff works. So for some reason, I think that's the thing they should teach in schools. You know, like just health lessons, not general biology and like, you know, mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, stuff like that. They should teach you the science of life. Like, you know, what things that you should expect as you get older. What is like not just like, you know, when you're in when you're in school and they teach you like, here's the parts of the body. This is like, what is it called? Health classes where they go, your body is changing. This is what happens to you in puberty. No. They should teach you like when you get older and stuff like that. Like for example, like in women, when you get to the age of 30, your bones start breaking down. There's nothing you can do about it. Your bones just start breaking down. Everything starts breaking down. You're gonna be more tired, obviously, when you're like past 30 than when you're in your like teens, like obviously. And then your like metabolism slows down, and then, you know, for some people, there's like, for a woman especially, there's like menopause, and then for guys, they have to like, what do they call, like screening? I think you start screening for prostate cancer after the age of 35. I don't remember. Start bone maxing, yeah. Start doing weight-bearing exercises. Everybody should do weight-bearing exercises. You wanna do stretches? Every couple of months, practice getting up off the ground without using your hands. That's one thing that you should do. You want to be able to build bone density and be able to pick yourself up after a fall, no matter when. You want to be not a frail old person when you get older, because the one fall will ruin your life past the age of 60. Like, that will ruin your life. Do not be that person who is at like 60 plus and you have never done a single exercise in your entire life. You cannot touch your toes, and you one fall and then suddenly like everything just dies. Like, you cannot do anything by yourself anymore. You like, it's really bad. Life gets worse. He just had to sell kidney. You just have to find a person, I guess. Craigslist. Be like, hey, I got a plan for you. Touch your toes equals immortality? True. Honestly, just being able to stretch in general. It's just good in general. Like, being able to stretch and touch your toes and being able to like get off the ground. Getting up off the ground without using your hands, that's just the one thing you should do. I cannot stress this enough. Practice getting up off the ground with your hands. Practice jumping on one foot. Actually, if you, no matter what age you are, For some reason, for like after you hit, like for like a lot of people, they stop being able to jump on one foot. Like imagine, okay, try hopping on one foot. People can hop with both feet. A lot of people cannot hop with one. After a certain age, it's really weird. Go up to somebody who's past the age of like 40 and ask them to skip. A lot of people will be like, I don't know how. They cannot. Skip. Practice skipping. Practice hopping on one foot. Helps with balance. But yeah, it's really weird. It's kind of funny. I think they did a study on that. I gotta look it up. Life Alert hates this one trick, exactly. I'm gonna look that up. Why can't people hop on one foot? It says people may struggle to hop on one foot due to weak calf muscles, lack of balance, or underlying pain conditions that need physical therapy. Balance training. Yeah, I guess that checks out, because as you get older, you're not really physically active, I guess. Like, you're not moving as much as you should be. Like, when's the last time you've, I don't know. What is an activity people do? Not walked. Like, when's the last time you skipped anywhere? I don't know. That's the one thing I like asking people who are old. I'm like, hey, can you skip? And they're like, I've never tried that. I haven't tried that in years. And then when they try, they're like, wait a minute. How do you? Somersaults are a no-go? No? Well, I mean, you could. Try. Just remember, if you're gonna do that, you gotta, like, protect your neck. But, like, forward rolls are good. I mean, you gotta do them properly, but, like, I don't know. Hello, Jordy Shoddy. Gotta practice. I don't know. You know what's so funny? My Twitter timeline is full of this dude. You know, TM Revolution? There is this guy, the main singer from the band TM Revolution, is on my TL because recently he was on The First Take and he sang what was that? Hot Limit as like a callback. He's like 50 something right now. If you haven't seen it, please look up TM Revolution, TM Revolution, the First Take. Back when he was like 20 something, he wore this specific outfit that was like basically BDSM gear. He's dressed in like a black strappy kind of outfit. And then now that he's like 55 or something, he wore the same outfit like kind of as a callback to his younger days, but he's so buff. He's like super buff, and then people are like, oh my god, Twink Death. Twink Death and Dilf Rebirth, oh my goodness. Like, this is what happens when Twinks die. They just become, they become Dilf Rebirths. It's so funny, there's people just constantly just talking about his appearance. You're like, wait a minute. Wait a minute, this is even better. He's old. He's no longer a twink, he's an old. He's old, but he's buff. One of my favorite comments was from like a Japanese account that was like, to my dear sister who died 10 years ago, your favorite Takahashi-san is wearing the same outfit for some reason, and he's also super buff. And then one of the band members replied to that, and they were like, yeah, we don't know why he's wearing that outfit either. Hello, is that Austral? Zero Stroll? Thank you for the follow. But yeah, look it up, it's so funny. Like, what happens when twinks die? Still free birth. Couldn't change in time? Yeah. Honestly, it's iconic. Good for him. Look at, he's so buff. Yeah, wraps on his neck. People were talking about how it basically spawned like a whole amount of like anime girl figurines in the same outfit, and everyone's like, wow, Twinkie. Iconic. What a guy. There is like pictures of the guy. There's a figurine of this, by the way. There's an actual like 3D like doll of the guy. What an iconic outfit. Iconic. To the fact that there's like anime. There's like the anime girl outfits based off of it. Can't find them though. Let me look it up. Is the figure doing that outfit? You know what? Iconic. Good for him. He looks better now that he does at 55 than he does like than he was. Back like, I don't know, when did that song come out? Back then. Web. When was this? 1998. Holy moly. $30 years ago. Wow. How long ago was 30 years ago? Wait. 30 years ago from today. That's like, that is 1998. Oh my goodness. Good for him. I don't know how old that guy is now, but I don't know how old that guy was when he did that song, and then how old he... I think he's like 50 something now. He is 55. He is 55 now, but I don't know how old he was back then. Wait, no, if he's 55 now and it was 30 years ago, then it was like 20... I don't know, I'm bad at math. I can't calculate that. I don't know. 5 minus 3, 20... Excuse me. Thank you for the follow, David Eclipse. Hello. He will never die, yes. Yippee! Yippee! Thank you. Whoever just subscribed, thank you for the follow. Thank you. But good for that guy. He looks good. He looks really good for his age. See, that's what happens when you do weight bearing exercises and you're able to skip. That's what happens to you. You magically become like a DILF. You're like, wow. I saw one comment from somebody who was like, I saw him in like at a concert in person, and he was half naked on the stage, and his titties were staring at me the entire time. They were like, his titties were staring at me. I just couldn't take my eyes off. Good for him. I'm gonna buy a skibidi train? Yeah. The Ankle Buster 3000. You know what you can do instead? You can get a Razor scooter. And then you can play the really truly risky skip it. BDSM equals immortality? True. If you're... Scientists hate this one trick. Wait, no, what is it? Doctors hate this one trick. If you're into BDSM, it makes you live 10 years longer. It's true. It's true. I don't know what I was gonna do today. I was gonna pull out the CSP, the clip to do paint. But then I was like, it's going to turn into me writing is gonna turn into writing, like straight up, like I'm going to start writing letters. Because for the past couple of days, I have been thinking about practicing my handwriting. But the thing is, I don't think my handwriting is that bad. You know what pisses me off so much? Off topic, well, kind of related to the topic, but like tangent. When people with really nice handwriting go, oh my god, my handwriting is so messy. Can you read it? My handwriting's so messy. I'm sorry, I wrote this in a hurry. Can you read it? And it's like the perfect handwriting you've ever seen. Like the nicest cursive you've ever seen. And it's so like type font, you know, like type font creative, like cute, right? Like, oh no, my handwriting's so bad. Like, do you want to see my handwriting? Do you want to see what my handwriting looks like? Hello, Caesar the Fraud. Thank you for the follow. They draw attention to their reflection. I don't know. It's just something that they say. And then I show them my handwriting and I'm like, here you go. Can you read my handwriting? And they're like, they look at it and they're like, oh wow, that's really messy. And I'm like, yeah, if you think your handwriting's messy, you should see mine. My handwriting's worse. They draw attention to I don't know. They're not a medical student, true. I'm not a medical student, but my handwriting sucks. But it's not even a fact that like my handwriting is bad. It's because I don't care. It's because I write things fast. You're a good artist. I thought that was good hand in hand. Really? Most artists that I've met have really nice handwriting. Why is feet tagged? Watch this. Wait. What? What? Wait. 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 I can't find it. Oh. Wait, watch this. Boom. Watch this. Look at this. There you go. It's not messy, it's stylized handwriting. True. I mean, I can write neatly. I can write neat. It's not like I can't, but do it again. No. She got beat. I do. I have legs. I can write neatly. It's just I don't really. It's not a matter of like. When you're writing and taking notes in class, priority is not about readability. It's not about looking nice. It is about efficiency and utility. I can write nice. It's just me. Here goes my photo. Hell yeah. I do have a flip reading for 300 cookies. I like how my channel points are called that. Cookies. But yeah, that's my small tangent in my handwriting. I've been practicing my handwriting and I've also been practicing writing hiragana. I've been writing hiragana and I'm looking at the way I write things and I'm like, oh my god, it looks so bad. The way I write the letter like ah or like ha, oh my god, or su, my god, so bad. But I think it's more of a problem for me that I write too fast and then it ends up looking weird. Because if I write really slowly, it looks fine. I have to really pay attention. I can't touch write. I can write without looking. But is it legible? No. But I can write without looking. I can write. It's mostly legible. Like, if I can read it, that's all that matters, right? You know? It doesn't matter if nobody else can read it. If I can read it and it's like decently passable, then I'm like, perfect. Those notes are for future me in like 2 weeks to look back on and be like, what did I write? You know? If I'm like, wait a minute, is this a does this say rewind or reverse or what does that say? Oh well. It's a guessing game for me because when I'm learning from my notes and I'm studying, it's like a study tactic. If I don't remember what I wrote and then I don't know what I wrote, then I get to be like, well, I guess it's a guessing game to be all like, let's see if I remember the content well enough based on context clues to remember what I learned, right? Then you're like, ooh, it's a quiz. Suddenly, it's a quiz. You're like, oh, I see the definition. I wrote, like, ooh, mitochondria. What does mitochondria mean? I can't read the rest of this sentence. I guess I'm gonna have to guess what that meant. I guess I'm gonna have to use a recall memory to be all like, mitochondria. What do I remember about mitochondria? What do I remember about this subject? So I can figure out this definition that I wrote down. I don't know. Start using pictographs? Yeah. I don't know, that's not gonna help because if I draw a diagram and I draw like words next to the diagram to make sense of that diagram, I'm not gonna be able to read those words. I write way too small. It's like how writers will sometimes just write scribbles to denote different things in the menu. I know this one, I have a friend who would write all of her notes, all of them, on a single piece of grid paper. Like a normal notebook grid paper. The notes for the entire year, she would just write. Imagine like, you know the teeny tiny grid paper? She would use one square, one grid, a line of that grid paper. She would write 3 lines on it. That's how small she would write. She is the final boss of, you can bring one piece of paper to the exam. She would cram all of her notes on a single piece of paper, front and back. You're looking at that thing, like the dude holding the teeny little piece of paper and squinting. You're just like, what did you write? She would write all of her math notes on there. She would write little teeny tiny diagrams in a square. The smallest little thing you've ever seen. And I'm like, how do you see this? It's so crammed. Why? Why are you taking notes like this? I did the same. Like I said, 16 Discord. I still have them. Oh my god. My friend does that. And I was like, why? How? Like, it's not a matter of fact of, like, why? Like, is it readable or whatever? But, like, the practicality of it. What is the purpose? You have paper. Paper is cheap. You have so much paper. Why are you cramming letters? Why are you cramming paper like it's the last piece of paper you've ever owned in your life? What? Hello, hi, I like your streams. Are we talking about incredibly small handwriting? Yes. I'm talking about my friend who would cram 3 lines into a single teeny tiny grid paper. Like teeny tiny line on grid paper. You know, like the small, like 0.5 centimeter grid paper? She would write on that to take notes for the entire year. Like 1 piece of paper per subject. Her binder was empty. It was just like, she would just take out that piece of paper and she would just write 1 line every single class. Cause she would manage to fit like 3 lines in that 1 teeny tiny little grid. So when you're reading her notes, it's just very concise and it's also very tiny. She'll write like keywords and then she'll draw little diagrams and it's just super tiny. And I remember reading her notes back then. I was like, oh my god. How do you study with this thing? What are you looking at? If you want to know the way that I take notes, I just write terms and definitions and I just write like on a regular piece of paper and I just go through everything. That's it. Personally, my handwriting is absolute trash. Same. I was just talking about earlier how my pet peeve is when people are like, with people with really nice handwriting who are like, oh, my handwriting's so messy. And then I show them mine and then their reaction is just like, oh. They're like, wait a minute. I can't read that. And then they go like, oh wow, yeah. And I'm like, like actual trick and scratch, yeah. You know what's funny though? I had to write a note. I had to write a note for a doctor. I had to write a doctor's note saying like, hello, I give like medical professional like, what was it? I give permission for my doctor to share my medical records with so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. So I was writing that and I had to write it on a paper and I had to rewrite it like 3 times. Because my mom was like, I can't read your handwriting. You have to write that neater. Like, they will not accept this at the doctor's office because it's bad. Don't doctors have like the worst handwriting ever? Yeah. Well, not just that. I sent a pic of mine in Discord. Let me have to pull that up on my phone. Wait a minute. I turned off Discord. Wait 1 second. I have Discord blocked on my phone. Past a certain time. What is this? Not there. I don't see it. Wait a minute. Nope, I don't see it. Hello Alex, did you change your name again? Did you change your username? I feel like you did. Like, hey. Oops, wrong server. Wait, let me open up, let me open up CSP. I guess this is gonna turn into a CSP stream. Let me pull up my pen. Clip Studio, that's not it. Alright. CSP, yeah. Clip Studio Paint. I like how I do this. Let me scooch over here. Did I miss a watch along? No, that is tomorrow. That is tomorrow, that's not today. Is it a more advanced version of MS Paint? Yes. Is it Japanese art program? I don't know, is it? I guess it is Japanese, yeah. But it is... Let's not use that one. On a crepe? Why so Soviet looking? I want a crepe too. But anyways, this is Clip Studio Paint and I like it because the brushes are a lot nicer. I mean, I guess I could use paint, but paint is fine. Both her hands are holding crepe. How is she drawing? With my feet! I'm just so talented. Holy moly, how do you fit that? How do you read these notes? What the heck? Oh my god, you should see my friends. Like hers, you have space to see white on the page. You have space to write. My friend would write even... Wow! My friend would... Why are we talking about feet? Because feet are right there. We have feet. I scooch over. You have white space on this page? She would fill that with writing. Why are we talking? Thank you for the follow. Anyways, this is how I would write. Wait. That's how I write. If you were like, wow, your handwriting is so nice. 10 is better than anything I put out, yeah. The studio blocks with thighs, cries and sadness. What, do you want me to just... I just stream upside down? One of these days I will do that. I'll just be like, the entire stream is just upside down. I did that before. Hello, my name is Button. Yeah. Is this Loss? Yes. Wow. Again, hey. You guys gotta stop redeeming that. I have to keep moving myself to the side. Wait, I forgot what Loss is. Is it like... Wait, no. What was it again? This, and then... that? I got a photo, nice. What if you invert gravity, have your mouth like hanging down? What do you mean by that? Sideways? 2 vertical top right? Oh, screen upside down, I'm sideways? Oh. 1 vertical? Oh, how does this look again? Like upside down but your face is in frame? Sideways? Were you in Lockett stream? No? Who is that? Wait. Here. Is this it? Yeah, okay. I can't move the CSP screen though, because if I do, I am going to be flashing the whole... I'm going to be flashing like everybody, so this has to stay. Actually, let me get rid of this. Yeah, I cannot move. This is how he stay. How? Well, we're gonna have to zoom out for that one. Okay. My dress is really revealing. So this is not Twitch friendly. You know? So I have to like, you know, if I'm gonna zoom in, I have to hide. There we go. Well, yeah. Alright. Yeah, so for it to be like Twitch friendly, you know, we have to cover up like a normal person. Am I psychic or something? That'd be funny if she drew Lost and left her the bath and they come back to Lost. I don't remember what Lost looks like. I just looked after for 5 seconds and you're on the side. Yeah. Anyways, this is my handwriting. I can't write neatly. What language is the line stuff? I'm confused. This is Lost. Do a barrel roll. Can I? I don't have it set up right now. Lee. Can it get better quality than if we're running a potato phone? No. What happened if you do a flip now? It would set me back to like the normal, with my normal side, like where I normally go, because that's how I have it set up. It just sets it to a certain position. Somebody clicking into this right now is gonna be like, what kind of drawing stream is this? She flips out your screen into the room we're watching? Yes. I come under your walls. Best drawing stream? Yeah. Sideways. You guys can actually see my dress for once. Wait. I'm trying to get you guys to see my sleeve, but you can't really. Okay, my sleeve is kind of hidden behind my dress because my dress is so poofy. Is this the meta for drawing? Does it enhance performance? Maybe. Wait! I can cover my chest and show, like, my thing at the same time. Okay, 1 second. I gotta do this. I gotta find it. Nope. What did I write this? What did I set this as? Did it do? Let me find it. I have it set to not that one. Where did I put it? That's what happens when you have like 50,000 hotkeys. Not this one. There we go. Is it this one? Is it 1 or 2? Nope. No, it is this one. And then I do this. And then I do this. Yeah. Okay. I can move now. There we go. I can move a bit higher. There we go. Now you guys can see. Well, I can see, kind of. Whoa. Yeah, my hand moves. This is... the clipboard saved the day? Exactly. This is the only... hand toggle I have that covers my chest. Hello, Forbidden Toaster Bath. Hello. Hi. Hi, I'm sideways today. I'm just... E. This is how I write my A's. If I'm trying to write nice. Normally I write my A's like this. Like, I write my A's like that. But if I'm trying to write nicely, I just write like this. Sports. Yeah. A-E. Hello, Game. I keep calling you Game. I'm so sorry. Your name is just Game now. I know it's get me, but for some reason I always read it as Game. And then I see cow. I think game cow. What's your favorite cursive letter? T? I? Get me equals game. Fair enough. Why are you? Sideways? Because I don't know. This is the new Twitch meta, apparently. New VTubing meta. My hair is so long. Like, whoa. Here, I'll zoom in out. I'll zoom out further because we never really get to see my whole outfit. You can see my socks, yeah. My face is being blocked by chat though. Anyway, we're kind of visible. Okay, the size of the Oregon Trail. My hair is not that long. It goes down to like mid-thigh. Right there. I don't know. Anyways. I like trying my A's like this. See E N G H I J A L. Not that way. M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y Z. I don't think I've ever seen somebody draw the A the keyboard way, because watch, this is my nice handwriting. If I draw my messy handwriting, this is what it looks like. Wait. TUVWXYZ. This is me when I'm writing fat. Am I missing an N? N. My A's end up when I'm writing really fast, like if I'm writing super fast, sometimes my A's look like U's. What's a what? Like if I'm writing really fast, my A's just kind of disappear. They turn into N's. Not too bad, there's definitely worse. True. Cause if I'm writing really fast, my A's kind of look like that. They go like it's somewhat readable, yeah. Kind of. My U's look like C's? How do you make a U look like a C? Oh, because if you're writing a U, but like it's sideways. That's if you write it kind of like a slant. Like. Let me see if I can find my notes, maybe? I cannot do a cursive S for some reason. Yeah, that's what my notes look like. They look like this. When I write fast, all my letters are half cursive, half regular font. Yeah, my handwriting doesn't look like cursive. It only looks like cursive because I'm writing fast and I don't pick up the pen. Nope, I can't read it. Okay, it says good morning, and then I wrote over here good night, and then I wrote this is how I write when I write fast. Have you considered a career in medicine? I am in health. Close enough. I don't think it says that. It does. Sideways? Yeah, I'm sideways today. Okay, this is GOODL. Thank you. This is an MORNING. And then this is this. But like I messed up the I just disappeared. And then it's an A. This is an I and an S. You can't tell me that's night. 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 That's night. I still don't see it. This is missing the I. See, there's NI. Okay, let me write it. NIGHT. It gets blended together when I'm writing fast, but you can read it. Can you write the B movie script? What? Wait. according to all laws of physics, there's no way B should be able to fly. Why is the T on the bottom? Because when you write T, you should play guess the phrase. Why? I read I. Let me look up the script. I only memorized the first line. I don't know. According to O, it's all known laws. I remember this. What was this? Oh, aviation. I thought it was physics. Small to get its fat little body off the ground. The bee, of course, flies anyway because bees don't care what humans think is impossible. The Broadway? Where? Where does this say Broadway? Where does it say that? The second line? There is no way. Second letter? Your the is just the. No, it's just the. Like T-H-E-R. Well, I'm missing that E. Is no. Where is my the? Is R? Fourth row, second from the right. Oh. No, that's a the. Look, E. The. You guys just don't understand my handwriting because it doesn't make sense to you. To me, it makes sense. I can read this. T. No, you added a line? Wait. If I add... Where are my layers? Here. Oops. Okay, if I write... That's how I write the. It's your handwriting. I hope you could read it. If it's really messy, sometimes I don't. Well, no, it's the. Fourth one's an H? Close enough. Some of these look better. That's how I write the. You guys are just haters. You guys are just haters. It's wings. Okay, my S. That's an S. R2. And then my S is over here. This is a G. E. T. L. I. T. Impossible. I. M. P. O. S. S. I. B. L. E. I'm writing on top of it so that you guys can see the letters. My S's kind of look like straight lines. They look like that. Yeah, basically, that's how I write. Okay, I can write neat. I remember one time my mom got really annoyed at me and she made me like sit down and she drew lines on a piece of paper like this. And she was like, you have to write like with the lines, you know? The death note might have to ask for clarification if you use it. Hey! She made me write like this. She's like, you have to have everything touch the middle line. Never worked for me, not gonna lie. I don't know. It works okay if you're consciously like trying to write like that. But like, you know, when you're taking notes and stuff, you just kind of scribble. You can do like cursive. That is not. I think with the death note, it's about intention. Like if you're writing it as just a way of like actually putting words down on a piece of paper, but if you were to actually like, you know, you're thinking about it, you're like, oh, I'm gonna kill this person. You know, it's not actually the fact of writing, and I think it's just that the fact that you're thinking about that person as you're writing it, which I think they do clarify in the Death Note thing, that you have to think about who you're killing. Good night, Secretive. Thank you for stopping by, Kyoyosumi. Yeah. Anyways, let's see here. Let me see if I can figure out how to. I want to write the same thing, but in cursive. I hate writing S's. Yeah, it's 1 AM. There is... Yeah. That's not good. This is the stuff that they put on historical documents, and then everybody looks at it and they're like, what does that say? You can't tell me that says something. It does. This is my tea. There. Okay, T-H-E-R-E. There. Did you draw on the hieroglyphic murals? No. Hieroglyphics look like this. Hieroglyphics are a lot different looking. Oh. What's it? They look like this. Right? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. Oh my god, my handwriting is so bad. I'm asleep and lurk. Good night. I need to practice anatomy. Oh my god, I've been doing this for the past couple of days where I have been like doing that. Kind of fun. They give you like squares. You draw boxes. Basically what you do is you draw a head. You draw a head. Whoops, head too big. And then you draw like box. And you draw a circle. And then you draw a collarbone. And then you draw this. Wow. There's no neck. No tuck in. I'm gonna tuck that in. Good night, King Julian. There you go. Hello, how are you today? What time is it over at yours? It is 1:16 a.m. There's no neck on this guy. Anyways, I should put away the... Why do I keep doing that? Oh, I see. Because the thing is like that. Yeah. Anyways, I want to put away the CSP for now. And I'm just gonna leave it like this. Whee! That's early. You hit an all-nighter and it's 7:20 a.m. for me now. Ooh, wow. 7 a.m. Holy moly. That's pretty early. As somebody who wakes up at, I don't know, what time do I wake up at normally? 7:30-ish? 7, I try to wake up at 7:20, sometimes I miss that. And then I end up like waking up a little bit later. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like workday should start at 9. I would like to wake up at 8. Not wake up at 7 and then be at work at 8. I want to work I want to work a 9 to 5. I have to start at 8 and I hate it. Yeah, I don't like it either. I miss being a night person. True. I miss working at, well, I miss waking up late. Okay, the only thing I miss about high school is the fact that I could wake up at whatever time. Like, I wake up at, I don't know, I wake up at 7:40 and then leave and then get to work, like get to school late. I could get to school super late and then they wouldn't care. They'd just be like, oh, we're gonna call home. But then I'm like, haha, my phone number that you're gonna call home on is my phone number. So you're gonna call me. And I already know I was late. 11:18 for me and for me. Nice. Nice. You must be on the... You must be in the... What, PST? That's what PST time is, right? Yeah, you guys are in PST. By the way, I signed my first job contract yesterday. Yippee! Congratulations. Mountain time. Oh. Wait, what time is it in PST then? I know they're 3 hours behind. No, that's 10. Wait, then you're in Yashi's time zone. I know she's in mountain time. 10:18. Oh, I see. Congratulations! Job hunting is hard nowadays, especially, you know, in this era where we have job shortage. Well, it's not really a job shortage, but it's more of it's an economy issue. Central time is 12. Ooh. Yeah, it's EST over here and we have 1 a.m. I must be nice living in PST. You guys are always 3 hours behind. But then again, you know, with it's like PST. They're living in the past. I wonder if they come over to like a different section and they're like, oh my god, jet lag. Wow. Why is it so late for you guys? It's so, and then we're over here like, what do you mean it's late? Does anything bad happen in the next 2 hours? No. Nothing really happens. You could take a nap. You know what I did today? I got ink all over my bed. Because I was trying to refill my fountain pen and I got... Okay, by the way, don't try to load fountain pen ink from the tip by putting like a little bit of water into the tip. Don't put too much, because if you do and then you try to put the cartridge in through the back, all the ink that you put in the front, guess what happens? It shoots out and it gets ink all over the place. And I was sitting on my bed when I was refilling my fountain pen and I got ink all over the bed. So now tomorrow I'm gonna have to go to the store and buy some ink remover from clothing, because I got it all over my bed. My blankets, my bed sheets. I'm gonna have to do laundry. That's what I did this afternoon after I got home from work. Yeah, it's blue ink too, but that's fine. I will just clean it. Also, hello Sunjinwoo official, how are you? It's been a while. I didn't have to hunt it, luckily. They offered it to me after I had a school internship there as a job as an electrician and sanitary handyman. Nice! I think people are talking about getting into the trades, because the trades are at least a little bit easier to get a job in. Doesn't really require as much schooling. You just need to, practice? You need to check your YouTube stream camera angle is not good. What is my YouTube stream camera angle? What is my YouTube camera angle? I'm pretty sure it looks the exact same right now. Let me see. I don't think it would do any different. But let me see. It should be the same. No, it looks the same. It looks fine to me. I do have to move my hand in a specific way, because actually no, I don't think it. I think it should be fine for YouTube and as well Twitch. As long as I'm holding the clipboard, I don't think I should get bonked. This should be okay. I think it's only if I zoom in on that part and then if it's like a little bit different, you know? But I think it should be okay from the side. Did you know they added a new feature for Twitch? If I say like a certain phrase, for some reason it automatically creates a clip. I'm not gonna say it, but for some reason they added it. They added this new feature where people can say like a certain phrase and then it creates a clip. Isn't that weird? People apparently you can turn it off. I'm not really sure how it works, but they added it. Yeah. Hello Nick, how are you? Did you know there was another person here earlier with the exact same name as you? I thought they were you. Why are you so hot? I don't know. 'Cause it's summer. It's summertime. Now Liz can admire the fancy dress. True, you guys can look at my dress. You can see how poofy it is. This is how I normally dress. by the way, if you were wondering what my style is like, this. You look like you're 90 degrees? I am. Literally 90 degrees. Would you wear this IRL? I would. I am. Well, who wouldn't want to wear a dress like this? Isn't this pretty? I actually do have like an outfit like this. I have like a lace top. Well, not a dress, but I have a skirt and a top. How would I describe my fashion sense? I don't know. Watch your YouTube live stream on YouTube so you can understand what I mean, because I don't understand how to say it. Oh no, I am streaming this through OBS, and however it's showing on my screen should show on YouTube too, so. And I just looked at my YouTube page, it looks the exact same like it does right now. It just looks like a main character. Honestly, I don't think so. You should see other people when you're in a city, they just go like crazy. But I just recently bought a jean skirt with lace and it's really cute. I recently bought like a jean skirt with like layers of lace. Cause I like layered skirts. I really like layered black skirts. I have one that's like this type of material, but like silk. Very like lacy, very not really frilly, but silky. It's got like a silk type of material. I really like it. I have a black skirt with lace, and I tried to get a different color of it. But the thing is, the design that I bought of that skirt, they don't make it anymore. They don't make it in the same style, and I'm really sad. Which is why I guess PSA, if you really like a type of clothing, you should buy it in multiple colors, especially if you like the fit, and especially if you like the design. If you see something and you try it on, you're like, ooh, this is really good. Buy multiple, because in the future when styles change, it's not going to be available anymore and you're going to be really, really sad. You're going to be like, no, I really like this skirt. Or whatever, shirt, outfit, whatever. But fair. I have a lot of skirts. When I'm at home, I usually just wear shorts. But like when I go out and I'm seeing friends and stuff, I like wearing dresses and skirts. Or mostly skirts. I don't really have a lot of dresses. I have what? I have one singular dress. But recently I've been thinking like I should wear like different types of skirts. So I bought a bunch of long skirts. I have, let's see here, I bought 3 new long skirts. I got a white one with like a bunch of layers. Like basically I got a lace skirt with a lot of layers. Very poofy. But it's like a long type of maxi skirt. And then I also bought a black skirt that's kind of like a maid dress, but like only the bottom part. And then I also got a, what did I get? I don't remember. I think I got a beige skirt that's the same style. Hello Raiders, welcome in. Hi Lyra. Lyra for Wolf? I don't know how to pronounce your name. Lyra for iWolf. Thank you. Hello, welcome in Raiders. How are you? Welcome. What you doing? What were you up to? Hello. Let me give you a shout out. There you go. You guys are doing just chatting. Nice. What are you guys talking about? What are you guys discussing? Have anything interesting going on? I was just talking about my fashion style. I like to wear a lot of my wardrobe is black, but I wear a lot of black. I'll wear a lot of I guess you could. Is it lace? I don't know. Sometimes I have pink once in a while. I have a couple pink outfits. And then I also have a couple of go with blue too. I have a lot of gray. A lot of gray and a lot of black. Which is funny because it doesn't really match my skin tone. I'm very cool toned. Like if you ever know about what's it called? color theory. There's a really popular color theory in Korea where they go based off of skin tone. So fall, summer, spring, and winter. Winter and summer are cool tones, spring and fall are warm tones. So people have this theory where you dress according to your skin tone. So if you are very warm toned, they recommend not wearing anything cool toned because it makes you look washed out. Same thing with if you're cool toned, you don't really want to wear warm tones because it makes you look more like orange or yellow. I was mumbling incoherently mostly about music and my lack of technical skills. Oof. Music's hard. I've been trying to practice my guitar recently and I am like, ooh. My sense of rhythm is bad. I'm sorry I had to go. I was watching, but I had to go because I found a huge puddle in my kitchen because the pipe is leaking, but I had to participate with the raid. Ooh, no worries. Good luck with your pipe puddle. Hope you fix it. But thank you for the raid. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you have a good night. Also, raiders, yeah, the rest of you guys. If you need to go, no worries. I hope you have a good night. Hello, my name is Kyokamiya. I am a Songbird Tango VTuber, and currently I am sideways. And then we're yapping about clothing. Your voice is so adorable, thank you! I hear it is very relaxing. Yeah, the color test. People talk about that, and like dressing for your season and your skin tone. Personally, for me, as somebody who's very cool toned, they recommend not. They were like, you should not be wearing black. If you are cool toned, you really shouldn't be wearing black because it makes you look really, really like gray. And I'm like, but black is a nice color. Are you sideways or is camera sideways? Good question. I'm sideways, I think. Because the trees behind me is vertical. So if the tree's sideways, then I am sideways. Wow, crazy, I know, right? My magical ability to be 90 degrees. Thinking to yourself how to derail this normal conversation. Why? No black, it's my entire wardrobe, yeah. Honestly, I have so much black and gray. But I mean, gray's okay, because if you're cool toned, it's pretty okay. It's just not recommended, because technically what I should be wearing is a lot of brighter colors. Because I kind of estimated my skin color, not my skin color. That doesn't make sense. My skin tone. And they're like, yeah, you should, you're like, I think, what am I? A light summer? They're like, oh, you should probably be wearing a lot of like pastels, like a lot of pastel blue and pastel grays and stuff. Are you a dyed hair person? I actually had silver hair. I have silver hair. Oh. 2 years ago? I want to dye it again. I want to dye my hair lavender. Yeah. It was so funny because I had my hair dyed that color when I was in Korea. And like every single person around me was like, what the heck? I was like the only person in my cohort with like that bright of a hair color. So whenever I went to like a club or stuff, there were just people coming up to me going like, wait. It's funny. My cohort. Yeah, well, not like, you know, my school, my classmates? What do you call that, a cohort? I don't know, my group. My gang, yeah. And then I met a couple people, my friends. One person had her hair dyed like light brown-ish. When you dye or bleach Asian hair colors, it's really, really hard to get, what's it called? It's really hard to get light. Do you still have a friend group? I do! Why would you assume I don't? I do, I have my friend group from high school. that I still keep in contact with. But the thing is, I moved out of the country where they live, so I do not get to see them very often. I only get to see them once a year because I fly back to that country and then I visit them. But normally we just hang out. We message each other a lot, and we also hang out on Discord. Yeah. I have a very small friend group still from high school. Nothing else? Why? But anyways, my normal outfits that I like to wear on like a daily basis, I guess. I don't know. I like to accessorize a lot. My collection is literally just a lot of skirts and then a lot of accessories. I have a collection of leg warmers and fingerless gloves and arm warmers, I guess. Yeah. Accessories make the outfit. Love international friends, but that is so hard. It is. But it's okay. We have the same time zone, so it's not that bad. It does make it a challenge though when we're like, "Hey, can we hang out today?" And then like one person's like, "Oh, I have something to do. I have work." And then I have like this thing to do after, or like somebody else has like different shifts. Yeah. I like cutesy bows and bracelets and stuff. Yeah. I have a big collection of hair accessories. Like I have a whole bin of just scrunchies and hair ties and clips and bows and rings and necklaces. I'm gonna be lurking for the rest of the night, getting a really good manga and getting tired. Good night. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, let me tuck you in. There you go. But yeah, I have a lot of hair clips. Which is funny because whenever I go out, whenever I do my hair, I like to do my hair like this. I either do my hair like this or I tie it like lower. Or I tie it in buns, I guess. Because if I tie it up like all at once, like a giant like ponytail, my hair gets really heavy and it like pulls on my like head. My head gets like really, what's it called? I get a headache. So she's got all the hair. My hair is really long. My hair is like super long, so if you tie it all in one section, especially in a ponytail, or even like with the claw clip, it pulls at your head and it gives you a headache. So I tend to part my hair like in the back in 2 sections. Makes it easier. That's my iconic look. Anyways, Twintails is great. Yeah. Very versatile, very useful. I tend to do like I tend to braid them and then I like wrap them around themselves into like a bun, like in the back. I don't know how to describe it unless you like see it. Unless like, what's it? I show you a picture. I don't know how to describe it. Basically, you take like a braid, you kind of like braid it, and then you like twist it into a bun. And then you have like the ends that stick out. Hair reveal? No, I'm not gonna show you a picture of my hair. I can show you like, I guess, a style, maybe? I don't know, I do my hair in different ways all the time. Let me see here. Let me Google images. That is not. I just Googled something and I'm getting pictures of white women wedding hairstyles. That is not it. Thank you for the head pat. That is not it. Google. White women. Yeah, white women hairstyles. Why am I left side right? Because why not? Why am I? I am on white woman hairstyles. Why not is not an answer? Because I can. Why not? It's true, why not? It is nice. What is this picture? Okay, maybe this is a better picture? Someone tied her shoes to a tree? Yeah, I'm sideways. Here, maybe this is better. Can I do a flip? Not right now. Okay, that's not it. Well, okay. Let me scooch it this way. There. Kind of like this. What is this picture? Kind of like that. It was nice meeting you. Good night. I'm off to sleep. Good night. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you so much for the raid. Good night. There you go. I need to remove that toggle. Thank you for stopping by. Have a good night. Looks like a straight knots man. No, it's a braid. Okay, so how you do this hairstyle is that you take a braid, you kind of like wrap it around itself, and then you secure it with a, what's it called? You secure it with a bobby pin, and then you take the section that you left out, and then you like tuck it underneath. Whoa! This is gonna put me just back at normal. Yeah, I'm no longer gonna be sideways. That's usually how I do my hair sometimes. There's a lot of cool hairstyles. We fixed her chat. Thank you for the water break. I do a lot of cool hairstyles. Whenever I go out, I like to do different styles. Let's see here. When I did one time. I cannot find it. I got another photo of her upside down at a weird angle. Nice. Let's see here. I'm gonna show you a picture. I cannot find it. I did my hair like this once. I like put my hair in a bun and then I tied it to the side of my head. So you do like a half up, half down hairstyle and then you tie it to the side. And then you like wrap it into a bun and you tie it with like a cute scrunchie. And I was at a convention once and I did this hairstyle and it was so funny. This mom helping, I guess, her son run his booth. This like older lady, she like stopped me. She called out to me when I was walking by and she was like, "Oh, miss, like your hairstyle is so cute." And then I was like, "Oh, thank you." And she's like, "Can I see the back?" And then I like turned and I showed her and she was like, "Ooh." It was like this like really cute, I don't know how old she was. She looked like she was 60 something. This like older Asian lady. I was like, aw. Helping her son out at his convention. It was funny. She's like, "Yeah, your hairstyle's so nice." I was like, "Oh, thank you." But yeah, I tied my hair like this once. It's a nice hairstyle. She's trying to get her son to talk to you? No. Her son was way older than me. I got a problem with you for being adorable. Oh, thank you. Even lighting in the model so fancy. I do. Yeah, backlight. When I was first setting this up, I was like, this reminds me of the Mercy. You know the Mercy picture of like her coming down with the hand rescuing that kid? That's what this was giving. Yeah, the meme. The Mercy just coming down and just like giving the hand. That's what that reminded me of. But anyways, I don't know, having long hair is pretty nice because then you get to do a lot of cool hairstyles. I took a Rand blind gamble and you're not banning me when I said that? Why? Honestly, I just kind of leave it. What's your hair routine? What do you mean? Like, how do I care for my hair? I don't. I tie my hair. Should I get some wild chatters in here? Yeah, I'm used to it. I've seen it all. Every single time you're always like, well, that was a weird person. Trust me, I've seen worse. I only ban people if there's spam. If there's spammers, I just ban them. But most of the time, if it's just like weird, I'm fine with that. If people are just weird, I just kind of like leave it. Ow. Thank you for the water break. I said that in a whole different stream and I got instantly. Oof. R.I.P. It just depends on the, I guess, the type of person. Here's the thing. When you come into a stream for the first time, you gotta see the vibes. You gotta see the vibes of the chat. If you come in and you say something weird off the bat, sometimes people will ban you because they're like, oh, you can't read the room. But you kinda gotta tell based on the streamer. No care, she's all natural. Yeah. Here's the thing. When I wash my hair, I let it dry a little bit, and then once it's like slightly damp, I tie it in a bun. Or I separate my hair into two parts and I tie it into two buns on the top of my head and I clip them together with scrunchies. And then I go to bed like that. And then the next morning when I wake up, my hair is dry. And then it gets all nice and like wavy and it stays like that. Heatless curls! And so if you're wondering why my hair is so messy and like sticking out all the time, it's because I put my hair like that. And then I don't comb it. I never comb my hair. I hate combing my hair because I have like pretty wavy hair. Or not like super wavy hair, but like kind of wavy. My hair makes like a very like loose S side. Like very loose waves. Kind of like this. Yeah. My hair's naturally a little bit wavy. It curls a little bit. So when I comb my hair gets really frizzy and poofy, and I don't like that. So I just kind of leave it as is, and I don't really comb it. Fair warning, and type fast a lot. You get used to that once they pop up more often here. No worries. I don't mind people who type a lot. People who type like not like sentences, but like one word things, and then they spam. That is what I don't like. Like when people type in all caps. I got people with jealousy hair. People with straight hair are jealous of my hair because they're always like, oh man, I wish my hair like could hold a curl. My mom. My mom says that all the time. She's like, oh man, I wish my hair would hold a curl, basically is what she says all the time. She's like, I curl my hair in the morning and then by the end of the day it's flat. Because she's got like the Asian stick straight hair. Like if you know what Asian hair is like, it really is hard to hold a curl. But yeah, Asian stick straight hair, it's like very, very stiff. But I kind of got my dad's side, and he's got a little bit wavy hair, kind of curly. So, interesting. My hair holds a curl. Same here, people asking me how to get the hairstyle, I just tell them the bed since I do that as well. Yeah, I like to sleep with my hair kind of like tied loosely in a bun, because if I leave it like as is, it gets really tangled. And my hair's really long. Hello John Gamer, thank you for the bit. You're a random biddy fell into the stream. Nice. This is my second ban on this app. I don't use this app that often. I don't have problems with this app that much. I would recommend when you come into streams to just see what the atmosphere is like, I guess, before typing randomly. But that's just my general recommendation from being on Twitch for a while. That's pretty much it. I have accidentally banned people on this channel when I'm trying to ban spam bots, so I don't really ban a lot of people. Because every single time I've tried to ban somebody on this channel, I've accidentally banned somebody else that I wasn't trying to ban. Like one time I tried to ban a bot, and then I got another person, and then another person I tried to ban a spammer, and I also got another person, and I'm like, oh boy, I'm so sorry. I had banned them afterwards, but I was like, oh man, I feel bad. I'd rather just take the gamble of being more successful times aside from that one ban. I don't know, you're playing with fire. Playing with fire on that one. There's this one manga that's been going around that says my VTuber Oshi is scary IRL. That was funny. Jeez, collateral damage. I've done it like 3 times, well, twice. Yeah, that's a meme. I'm sorry, I'm looking up my favorite VTuber is scary IRL, and I just looking at pictures, and I was like, whoa. My younger sister's boyfriend has long hair. He brushes it in the kitchen. I gave him shit for it. I wouldn't do that in the kitchen, because like when you have long hair, by the way, it sheds like crazy, and it's like all over the floor. It's really hard to clean, but it looks nice. But that's the reason why they recommend combing your hair, because it gets rid of all the loose hairs. But I don't know, if you have wavy hair, you don't really want to comb it, because then it gets like, what's it called? It gets poofy. Do I seem like a person to be non-risky? I don't know, I don't really know you that well. That's just me. Like when I go into a stream for the first time and I'm like, who is this person, right? I will just watch. I'm a lurker. A lot of times, a lot of people on Twitch generally tend to be lurkers, but for me, I like to lurk on people's streams, and I'll just watch. I will lurk for like maybe 5 to 10 minutes on some pretty stream, and then if they say something or they have a question or whatever, I'll just randomly pop in. I'll be like, hey, and then I'll respond to the question. But most of the time, I'll just be like, I'll just sit there. I'll be there in silence. Unless it's a friend, unless I personally know them, like if they're a streamer friend of mine, then I will just start and I'll go like, hello. But if I have somebody that I haven't met before or somebody that I don't know, I will just silently watch. And they're like, wait a minute, how long were you here? And I'm like, I've been here for a while. Yeah, ads. Have you watched a Smoking Cat Girl show? I have. Well, no, I have not. I've not watched it, but I have seen people talk about it. I've seen the discussions on Twitter and how everybody says that, like, wow, this is so realistic of depression, and then other people going, wow, this is really disgusting. A lot of people ended up dropping it because they were like, oh, this is gross. And then people were like, oh, this is because they're not glorifying depression and mental illness like normal things. People were expecting quirky girl failure, but they got like really sad, depressing stuff. And it's not like her life isn't even that bad. It's definitely a great anti-smoking ad. It is. And then I've seen recent discussions of people talking about how it's just kind of symbolic of, for some reason in that universe, cat girls or cat people, beast people, are treated as like lesser than human beings because a lot of their careers and jobs are just very, what's it called? They're paid less than normal people. And they're not treated great, so people are like, oh, this is just like kind of like a representation of like oppression. So people are talking about that, and then other people were just talking about how like it's a good representation of depression. I don't think it's interesting. I think it's definitely a piece. It has something that has to be said, but the cat girls in the show are drug addicted losers. That is a common pattern you see among low income areas, which is interesting because of social disparities. They call that the social determinants of health. Okay. I learned these things because that's my school major, but that's basically it. It is a common thing to see, like drug abuse, alcohol abuse, substance abuse tends to be a little bit more commonly concentrated among lower income populations because of how, what's it called? The social stigmas and biases that make it hard to get out of that loop once you get into it. And then because of the loop of like addiction just kind of like spirals and then you get lower and lower. It's like, it's a lot of issues basically compounded into one. Kind of like mental illness and then poverty and then a lot of other issues. But yeah, I think it's interesting. I think it's relevant. It's an interesting discussion. Although I have heard from people who watched people who read the manga. Good night, Gojo. People who read the manga say that the situation doesn't really get any better. So they were saying that's kind of depressing because honestly, for a situation like that, you would hope that the main character gets better, but they don't. So you're like, oh well, it just gets even worse. You know what a manga that I really want to read is? I really want to read Oyasumi Ponpon. I want to read Oyasumi Ponpon because people said that like it's really well written and it's really scary, but like not in a horror way, but it's just scary in like how things work. I guess how the mangaka writes stuff, because it just keeps getting worse. Every single time you're like, oh well, how bad can this get? And then it just gets worse and worse and worse. And like the main character's got like such a really interesting internal perspective. So I want to read Oyasumi Ponpon. But I have been on my idol manhwa grind recently. I've just been going through a bunch of the idol manhwas. They're pretty good. I have read I'm reading Debut or Die recently, but I've caught up to Assistant Manager Kim Hates Idols. I have watched my comeback as the youngest member. I have read the Trashy PD has to debut, and then I've also read what was the other one? I don't remember. Something about, I forgot. They all just kind of mix into my mind. What the heck, man? I want to fix the cat girl. I don't know if you can fix them. If you're ever in a situation where you're like, oh man, I can fix her, you cannot. You can only fix them. You can only fix yourself. If you ever get into a relationship and you're like, oh, maybe they'll fix themselves. No. What did I read? What is this? Oh no, I don't remember. What is this? The lucky plan of an idol in his second life. Saving the Doom members with my touch. That one was good. That one's finished. It kind of rushed at the end, but I really liked it. It was a cooking manga. I have one simple question for you. What? What? I could if I was normal. Could you though? I don't know. I think you can fix somebody if you inspire them to change through being a bigger person. But it would take a lot of work, and I don't think so. I don't think it would. I believe you could try. But ultimately, it's up to the person to fix himself. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. That's such an old song. Oh my god. What is love? I don't know. My job here is done. Great song, yeah. What is love? Ooh, my ankle just cracked. Baby, please don't hurt me. That's such an old song. When did that come out? I remember there was like the 4 horsemen of the song. If somebody says wake me up, what do you think of? Do you think of wake me up before you go? Or do you think of wake me up when September ends? Or do you think of wake me up inside? Or do you think of what's the other song that goes like wake me up? I followed you, thank you. I like that song? Hell yeah. Third. Wake me up inside. I think of the wake me up before you go. Cause I like 80s songs. What is the other songs that go like that? Wake up, hurry up, and put on a little makeup. That one? I don't know. So wake me up when it's all over. When I'm wiser and I'm older. I'm looking, I googled wake me up and I'm getting a VC. Wake me up. There's another one that's like really fast, really? What about don't wake me up? I don't know. Man, I hate searching on Ecosia. Yeah. Wait, where is it? Wake me up. Oh, it is! It is the Avicii song. Wake me up when it's all over. Wake me up before you go. Or wake me up inside. Or wake me up when September ends. Love that. Wake me up inside. Love that. Wait a minute. I'm gonna get a guitar tutorial. Nice. What was I think? What was it? I'm trying to remember the other one. I think it is. It was just those 3. It was the Avicii Wake Me Up and then the other. The Baby Don't Hurt Me. I faintly remember an animation when I was a kid where a man wanted a girl to love him. He goes with his guy as a love potion, but the girl doesn't like the guy. She goes to the same guy. What? She goes to the same guy? What? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know that one. What? I've never heard of that one. What? I was looking up a lot of old songs recently, and I've been going through music playlists trying to download music. And you know what's so funny? Every single playlist that I see that's like from like made by people in other countries, all of them, you know what the #1 song they have on their playlist? Because like, you know, when you're scrolling through like music playlists, right, and you scroll down to the bottom on YouTube and it gives you recommendations of other people who have similar songs in their playlists, and you can click on them. I've been getting playlists made by like people in Japan and people in Korea, and you get to see like their music tastes, and then you can see the songs they have on their playlists that are public. They have good music taste, but they once in a while they have like English music songs on there too. Without fail, both Korea and Japanese people, they have this one song all the time, and I don't know why. Why is it so popular? They've got Wonderwall from Oasis, and they also have Basket Case by Green Day. I'm like, you've got songs on here from like really niche artists, and then you have Oasis. It's like you've got songs by like, you know, Vondi and like Sotai Seirion or Radwimps or Asian Kung Fu Generation or whatever, Bump a Chicken. And then you've got you have why is it on there? You have American Idiot. Why? What is so popular about American Idiot that people like adding to their playlists? I guess the Asians love that song. I thought you were gonna say Gangnam Style. No. These are all like rock playlists, so I guess it makes sense that people are like, "Ooh, I like rock." Oops. I guess it makes sense that people are like, "Oh, I like rock," but like, why? Like, I click on another one. You know what they have on here? Oh, there it is. Oasis. Could you find which famous Japanese Koreans have sung that? Which one? Oasis? Also, hello Vexu! How are you? Are there people who've sung? I mean, I guess it is a popular song that people sing. People do like Oasis. When you're learning a guitar or an instrument for the first time, it's one of the first songs that you learn because you're like, oh, it's easy. A lot of the songs from Green Day as well as like Oasis are pretty easy to play, especially on the guitar. So if you're like Googling, like if you go on to ufret.jp.com, which is a really popular Japanese website for Japanese chords for popular songs, if you go to the easy tab section, there's a lot of American songs on there. One of the ones that I see on there quite often is the Beatles. Isn't there a forbidden song to play at guitar stores because of a show movie? Is there? I don't think so. I don't really go to guitar stores, so I don't know. Not sure. Maybe. I don't think so. Saucy dog. Man, I was gonna download music earlier. Where's my playlist? View full playlist. Is this one? Hey. Let me go to here. Nope. Nope. Oh, I can't find it. Where did I? I'm sure there's a beginner song that everyone plays to test it out and the store workers are constantly tired of hearing it. Green Day. Actually, it's Viva La Vida. Maybe, I don't know. For me, whenever I test out a guitar and I'm practicing chords, I always like to play Viva La Vida. Because it's really easy to play. It's like the D, C, E, M, D, C, E, M, D, C, E, E minor. A, I think? No. D, yeah, G, D, C, E, M, G. Is the 4 chords that just repeat throughout the entire song. Stairway to Heaven at Guitar Center? That's so funny. Is that the riff? People like to play they like to flex playing the riff. You just go there and just start playing the AC/DC Thunderstruck. Just start playing Thunderstruck. Shred on the guitar. Do I even have this downloaded? No, I don't. Man. Oh, man. Sorry, I'm trying to download something. Back in Black? True, that is a good song. I saw that the... What's it called? What's it called again? The girl she was interested in wasn't a girl at all? Or no, the guy she was interested in wasn't a guy at all. That one is getting adapted to an anime, and they recently had a pop-up booth at Anime Expo, and they did a collab with Spotify where you could download the music from the game for the show or the manga, because the main premise of that the manga is that these 2 girls are really into like American rock bands. So funny. So they're like, oh, I love this band, it's so niche here in Japan, and the first song on that playlist I think was like Green Day or something. And then people were like, Green Day, isn't that super popular? And then everybody was like, okay, like, but it's niche in Japan. You'll have to remember, culturally, they're very different. Highway to Hell is a good song? It is. I have a playlist dedicated to just old songs. Pretty good. 1 second, I gotta download this. Download. Rock and Roll Yuri, exactly. Very good. Pretty nice. Let me install something. Next. Install. She's installing more RAM. I am. I'm downloading RAM right now as we speak. I'm so happy I can open up browsers on stream, and then I can like... I can put stuff here and I can download stuff at the same time. Wow. Amazing. And my computer doesn't lag. Yippee! Johnny Cash songs are good? Yeah. Wait till they play I Was Made for Loving You from Kiss. You know what's a good song? What's it called? Cherry... What is it? Yeah, Cherry Lips. Cherry Lips from Garbage. That's a good song. I like that song. Go, baby, go, baby. I want to go, baby. That one's a good song. If you ever want to listen to a song that's like very like upbeat and hype, you can listen to Cherry Lips by Garbage. But also, it's a I like the lyrics. The lyrics are quite good. It's a reference to the person. Apparently transgender. Which I didn't know the song was about that, I just thought the beat was nice, but then I googled it, the meaning of the lyrics, and people were like, oh, it's a metaphor for somebody who's like coming out. I was like, oh, that's cool. I didn't know that, but interesting. Good for them. They were doing things differently back then. Have you listened to Eastbound and Down? I don't think so. No. I'm currently downloading music. Yippee! I have to change here and go over here. I need more song recommendations. I need to add more music to my playlist, but then I also need to like edit my current playlist because I have music on my MP3 player that for some reason I've accidentally downloaded 14 minutes of piano songs. And then I realized that I shouldn't have done that because it takes forever. If I'm like listening to stuff and I'm like, wait a minute, why is this song so long? And then I'm like, ah yes, it is playlist that is 14 minutes long of piano music. An MP3 player? Okay, grandma. Hey, it's a good way to listen to music. That's not, you know. MP3 player is crazy. What do you mean? I don't want to listen to. I refuse to listen to Spotify. I listen to my music either on SoundCloud, but then I get ads every like 5 songs. But I prefer. Hello, Kris Kringle. Hello, Kringle Pringles. Sorry, I called you Kris Kringle. I'd rather stick to a good old record player. Oh, now you're the true grandpa. You're the unk. If you're the person who's like, haha, I'm gonna stick to my record player. How's the tape player from the 90s doing? Sorry, your name rhymes with Kris Kringle. I had to. It rhymes. Have you heard of the band Gorillaz? I have. The only song I know from the Gorillaz, though, is their iconic, like, ho 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 ho. Super duper. That song. I bet you got a cassette tape hidden somewhere? I don't. I only have an MP3 player. I have a Sony Walkman. I have a Walkman. It's not even a tape cassette. It's a Walkman. Yeah. Yeah, feel good. Okay, let me copy and then paste. What about a Zune? I never had a Zune. I've never had a Zune. I've had a Walkman and that is it. And I also had an iPod. I had an iPod, not a touch, not a nano. I had the first generation iPod. Which isn't that bad, it's actually pretty good. Pretty nice. She's like the guys from those memes walking through the office, yeah. Surprising enough on Kids Bop, they say, really? What about a Tamagotchi, since we're on the topic of older tech? I've never had a Tamagotchi. What I did have, though, I had one of those, like, super old McDonald's toys. That's it. Let me show you a picture. I had the one from McDonald's. The Tamagotchi from McDonald's. They used to give out nice toys back then from McDonald's. They don't do that anymore. They just give you toys, like plushies. Oh my god, this is iconic. Okay, this is a game that I had growing up because they gave this out They used to give this out at McDonald's. This. If you were like, wow, how old is this thing? This is what they used to give out as toys. Yeah, Super Monkey Ball. I used to have this as a toy from McDonald's. They don't do that anymore. That's how we be ballin', hell yeah. This is iconic. They don't do this anymore. They don't give out toys because apparently they're too expensive, but I used to have these. McDonald's is lacking in toys lately. Yeah, they're now collectibles, which is sad because they used to give out good toys. What's another one? The McDonald's. Yeah, these ones. They used to have like McDonald's Tamagotchis. They were very cute. Or what was the other ones that they used to give out? I had the like a Littlest Pet Shop toy from McDonald's as well as like a couple of stuffed animals. I have a little dog, but they don't do that anymore. Kind of sad. We can't be ballin' if there's no monkey. Yeah. There used to be a Wii game for the Super Monkey Ball, but it was super hard. I think on the Wii, oh my god, that game is difficult. You have never known true rage unless you have tried playing Super Monkey Ball and you're trying to pass the levels, because the balancing on that game is horrible. Like, you're using the Wii remote and you're trying to tilt it to the side and you tilt it too far to one side, they fall off and you're like, I remember playing Super Monkey Ball at Chuck E. Cheese. I've never actually been to Chuck E. Cheese. I've been to Dave & Buster's. I've never been to Chuck E. Cheese. What's your favorite Wii game? The Wii games. Wii Play? Yeah. I love the fishing game from Wii Play. That's my favorite game. This thing. Wait, where is the picture? Where's the pond? I need a picture of the pond. This thing. That's my favorite game. This fishing game from Wii Play is my favorite game. I would spend hours just fishing. That's all I would do. This game and Wii Sports. Yeah, Wii Play. You know what game I sucked at though? Why on earth was this game so hard? Tanks? Tanks is really hard. I never made it past, I think the 8th level. Tanks I made it to 40. Skill issue? Yeah, probably. I played this co-op with my brother and we couldn't make it past like level 8 or 10. I don't know. It was hard. We sucked. Because, you know, you get to a certain level where you're fighting against tanks that fire at you, and then you have enemies. And then it gets really hard. And purple fish was fast for no reason. I love the fishing though, they were so fun. I love the music. When I'm studying, my favorite type of music to study to is like the Wii fishing. The OST for the Wii fishing is really good. It's really nice. Tanks, I love that game. Hiding behind some of them, planting bombs behind them with a friend. The bombs were fun. I did like the bomb aspect of it. You could just run around and just like spit out a bomb and then just slowly drive away. But that is hard. What about the Wii Resort one? The fighting game? Yeah, the sword one is nice. The clunkiest one is pool. No, no, pool is fun. You know what fun? The ping pong one. Oh, is it? Where you just go back and forth? Not ping pong, that's Wii. What was it called again? Air hockey? Laser play hockey. This one. I like this one. You just go back and forth, and then the fun thing to do with this is to hit it against the wall and it just bounces off the sides. That one's fun. The cow riding one was also fun. Yeah, a lot of the games for Wii Play were fun. That's the mobile one. Yeah. If we're talking about Wii games, we are. We're talking about Wii Play. Oh yeah, this one, the cow. I remember this. They look so goofy. I remember, like, God, I'm looking at the pictures now. I'm looking at the pictures now and they just look really goofy looking. Like, why do the cows look like this? Hello, OxyClean stain remover. The cow one's getting 100% on it. It's so funny. Wii bowling and accidentally hitting the crowd was a universal experience. I like doing that on purpose. I would just go and then, like, you know, when you hold down the A and B and then you go backwards and it goes into the crowd and the crowd goes, "Aww." I like doing that. That was fun. What is that? I don't remember that sport. This is Wii Play. Wii Play. This one. You can play pool. You can play whatever the me dance thing is. You had the me, the what was this? I don't remember what that was. Bubble? Bro, what is this? This one. Where you had to match the pose based off of the whatever they were doing. I like that one. Or like the me's where you have to go and like find people in a crowd like this. It's like, find this person, and they give you a name and you have to remember what they look like. Remember that one. That one was bad. I remember being confused. Really, really confused. It's like, oh, find Tom, and you're like, who, what, who's Tom, where? Like, you had to pick people out of a crowd, and then the one where they're walking like in Shibuya, this one. It was really difficult. They're like, find 3 people who are this. And you're like, oh. The target shooting game was somewhat relaxing. It was. The duck one. The duck hunt. That's not Wii Play though. That's Wii Sports. This one. Shooting down the aliens. True. I don't know. I personally really liked the fishing game. I like the fishing game more. I love fishing. But wow, nostalgia. What a blast from the past, honestly. Did you ever play any Smash Bros? I did. I had an older brother. And he was really into that. He was really into Smash. He still does. He plays in tournaments and stuff once in a while. He's also really, really good at Mario Kart. He's really, really good at Mario Kart. He mains like Toad. Who did you use? I would play Peach because I like being annoying with her ult, where she puts everybody to sleep. I won't even do anything when they were asleep. I just like to just spam it. And then I also played Yoshi and Kirby. But now I main Pit. I main Pit because I need a flying character so that I don't fall off the ledge. But now I play Pit. I know there's a crazy pro player out there who uses Peach as their main and they're crazy with her. But I'm not good with Peach. The only reason I use Peach is just to be annoying. And then with Kirby too, I also like to be annoying. Well, I like to be annoying with both people. I like to be annoying with Kirby, because what I'll do is that I'll like grab people with Kirby and then I'll like fly off the edge and I'll spit them out. And then same thing with Yoshi, because you know how Yoshi can swallow people and turn them into eggs? I will just eat people and then I'll like toss them off the edge too. I like doing the grab with Yoshi. Do you have the DLC? Which one? Crew, for which one? Hi crew. Vor, exactly. Hacha! Meow! What does he do? What does Yoshi sound like again? No. Byleth? Oh no. For which one? The Switch? The Switch? I think he does. I don't remember. Smash Ultimate. I think so. It's been a while since I've played the new version of Switch. I only played really mostly on the Wii. I don't think I've ever played on the... I don't think I've ever played on the Switch. He's hardcore. When my brother plays on the Switch, he actually has a PS. He uses a game controller. Not a PS3 controller, he uses a GameCube controller. And you know what the game controller looks like? It's missing a couple buttons. And I don't know how he plays on that thing, but he does. He uses a GameCube controller. Because he's like a really big fighting game kind of player, so he likes to play on both, what's it, Guilty Gear? He likes to play Guilty Gear and he also likes to play Smash. But he's pretty good. He's pretty good at Smash and he's also pretty good at what's it called? Mario Kart. He used to play the timed like he used to compete in like the timed attacks. The global ones. And it's so funny because I remember him as a kid. He used to get really mad when he couldn't like get on the top like certain type like game leaderboards and when he couldn't beat his own time. And he would play that on repeat for hours and I was like, man, don't you ever like get upset? Like when you get upset at a video game, why don't you just put it down and walk away? But he's like, no, I have to win. And I'm like, okay. I would have quit like a long time ago, but no, he's dedicated. My friend also uses a GameCube controller for fighting games. Yeah, I don't know the appeal. There are people out there who use like, oh my god, the battle boards. Have you seen them? They like, you know when you go to an arcade? When you go to an arcade and it has the joystick and the buttons? The joystick and the buttons, like when you go to an arcade, they have those things and they bring them to tournaments. And it's got like the fight stick. They're huge. I don't know, like there's people out there with custom ones. It's giant. They're like, I cannot stress this enough, they look giant. There's this one person, it's like the size of a desk. I was like, how do you hold that thing? They've got like the giant joystick and like the huge buttons. Those are mostly for Guilty Gear, Tekken, Grand Blue. Yeah, Tekken. I don't know, they're so like wild looking. I'm like, what? What are you doing with those? That's crazy. But good for them. You know? Good for them. It's very intense. Very intense. They don't have to be that big, it's their choice. I think it makes it easier maybe to hit the buttons maybe if they don't know where they're hitting. But I used to see like video game tournaments and just walking by and you see that they have the just giant things. You're like, what the heck? I'm always amused. Let me add these. Yeah! I'm downloading music. And you got Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom. True. There's a body pillow of a fight stick? Not even lying, that's true. Really? I'm looking at this picture. Wait. I want you guys to see the comical, like... Look at him. It's the size of the table. Look at this guy. Good for him. I don't know why people do that. Does it make it easier? It's so giant. Oh wait, wrong one. I'm just looking at pictures. Comically large fight sticks? Yeah, giant buttons. The dude on this side with his like teeny little controller and this guy with his comically huge box. Good for him. The giant one with some memes, I think. Whew. Why? They're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna bring my giant fight stick and I'm gonna bring it to tournaments and fit it in my luggage. That thing needs its own... That kind of thing, you can't just like take it on a plane. You have to like check that thing needs its own passenger seat. That thing needs its own passenger seat. It's impossible. Was that your tiny little controller? That's some weird stuff. Check this out. I think it's easier from that hit a command. That's what I'm thinking. It might be easier, I guess, but like... It's... Surely the box doesn't have to be that big. Imagine losing to someone using that. Oh my god. Listen, the bigger it is, I guess the more aura you have and the stronger you get, the more power you have. Clearly, bigger is better. Dude's playing on a DDR pad? True. Can you imagine? I would love to see somebody play, like... I would love to see somebody play on the DDR to do little inputs for a fighting game. That'd be fun. I want to see that. Can you imagine somebody just dancing and they're like doing DDR and you're like, what are you playing? And you're like, I am fighting for my life. I'm playing Guilty Gear. DDR style. 5-hour assembly, 5 seconds looting to someone with a normal controller? I don't know. They had to have to practice like that. Like, you have to practice with that. I feel like I've heard of someone doing that. Back during the pandemic, there used to be people who would play PUBG or like Valorant entirely through electric guitar inputs. There is like, I think a Twitch streamer who does that. They rigged their electric guitar to inputs for Valorant. So like, every single time they play a certain note, they take a step forwards. So imagine just somebody just constantly like shredding on their guitar, just trying to like aim properly. They've also did the same thing too with the, I believe a recorder or a clarinet. So that every single time they play a certain note, it does a certain input and they have to remember. They're like, oh, I did like, you have to play A sharp to go and like, you know, move the scope to the side and down. So imagine just somebody just frantically like do 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 on like an oboe or like a clarinet. That's so funny. I just imagine someone playing Street Fighter and do the fireball as Ken and Ryu. They're just breakdancing. Yeah. it gives them aura. Can you imagine, like, you go to some place, you bring out the DDR pad, and they're like, wait, what are you doing? Can you lose to somebody playing that? Oh, they would be so mad. Like, wait, what are you doing? No. I have gotta organize my music on my MP3 player. What are you doing? There is this iconic video from like the early 2000s of this guy playing DDR. He's like insane with it. He does like a handstand. I can't find this video. It's so old. Let me find it. He plays it on the both sides too. Yeah, this one. I found it. It's on Reddit. Oh my god, it's loud. I found the video. Wait. It's so grainy and old. I love it. You can tell this video is from like the 2000s. It's so bad quality. Love that. Here. This is the video. Bad quality when I see one, yeah. This guy's iconic. He does like both sides and he's like styling on it. It's crazy. I love this video. This is my favorite video. This is my favorite video from like the early 2000s. Like, look at this guy. He didn't have to start out like that, but he was like, I'm gonna go crazy. Can you imagine losing to somebody? Playing like DDR like this on Guilty Gear? Like you're playing Street Fighter and the guy next to you is like doing this? And then you're like, oh my god, I'm losing to this guy. Oh my god. This is so funny. I love this video. He goes crazy. I'm fighting somebody. What have I joined in on? We're watching a DDR video and we're talking about like gamepads. What are they called again? Game controllers for fighting games. And I was like, what if somebody brought in a DDR? Like a DDR pad fight stick. And then they just put this on the floor and they just started doing this for input commands. This would be so much fun. D-pad joystick? Yeah, joystick. Fight stick. For Tekken and Guilty Gear and stuff like that. For inputs, you do this instead of like a D-pad. Like you use that as an input instead of a fight stick. I think it'd be cool. There should be somebody out there. Probably is somebody out there who did that. This video's from 20 years ago? Oh my god. His score is probably 110% from beating it like that? Probably. And it's both sides too. That's a song that's played with 2 people. He did that with 1 person. I know somebody who is insane at DDR actually. I have a friend. He was really good at it. They live at the arcade. That's their whole thing. They're just constantly there, and I was like, wow. What a great way to, I don't know, work out. What a great way to do exercise, I don't know. Anyways, it is almost 3 a.m. I gotta go to bed. I should go. Anyways, thank you all for stopping by. I will see you guys all on... Well, if you're in the Discord server, I will see you all tomorrow for do a watch along. We are going to be doing a watch along of Perfect Blue. If you haven't voted on the time that we're gonna do it, please do so. It's in events. But other people who are not in the Discord and they're not gonna be here, I will see you guys all on Friday, where we will be probably playing a game. Should I finish the rest of Voss Appalastrum? I don't know. I kind of want to play Fantasy Life too. I don't know, we'll see. And then... maybe on Saturday we might do another stream. I'll do a hand game. Who knows? I'll figure it out. I kind of want to sing too. I kind of want to do a karaoke, but I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll see you guys all next time. See you then. Bye bye. I can't even play one song on DDR due to feeling embarrassed. I don't know why it's just me playing DDR makes me feel embarrassed. I think it's just practice. That's why they put the DDR machines in the corner so that people don't walk by. What's the movie about? It's about an idol. It's about a pop idol in Japan. Actually, no, it's an is she an actress or is she a pop idol? I don't remember. Something along those lines, and it's a little bit of a psychological horror movie. But I don't know what it's about. I heard it's pretty good. It's about the idol industry. I don't remember. I don't know what the summary is. But bye bye. I might pop in maybe? Yeah, you should. Okay, let me see who is streaming at this time. Crew, are you streaming? Are you here, crew? Nobody's streaming at this time except for Japanese people. Ooh. Nope. I'm offline. No, crew. That's always when you're not streaming. I've actually never raided into you, crew. Unless like we're streaming at the same time, like in the middle of the day, like when we have a collab. I don't really raid you. I don't really raid you that often. Late at night, it is. I don't know who to send you off to. Oh well, whatever. I can say hi to Karu. I'll send you guys off to Karu. Bye bye everybody, good night. Thank you all for stopping by. Here, 1 second. 3, 2, 1. Bye bye.